Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 180 of Find Music. Let's see, I've been forgetting to do this. There we go. See, we got both. Find Music. And today, Fred will lead us off with a few albums by an artist. You better spell their name correctly. That's what I'll say. Go ahead.
Talking about the artist Rumer, Rumer. Uh, a few weeks ago, I talked about her in her connection with Burt Bacharach, and it made me go back and listen to some of her other albums. Um, I got into this woman because of CBS Sunday Mornings. A number of years ago, around 2010, they did a segment on her, and she led a very interesting life. She's part English and part Pakistani. And she didn't find out who her father was until her mother was dying. And she always wondered why she was darker and dark haired, and everyone else in her family, siblings, were light haired and lighter. Her mother had an affair with a Pakistani while they were living in Pakistan. And so she had to deal with a lot of issues, and she deals with that in her music. Her mother died and told her about her father, and by the time she got to Pakistan to meet her father, he had died too. So
Oof.
she never got to meet him. And it went into the segment on CBS Sunday Morning went into her career, the beginning of her career. She had just come out with her first album, 2010, Seasons of My Soul. Uh, she had been in different indie bands for over 10 years trying to make it, and then decided to go solo again. And this album caught a lot of different ears. Her name is Sarah Rumer Joyce, and she wrote her own music and lyrics on this album called Seasons of My Soul. The album's focus on the complexity of her emotions. Like I said, it's very stirring. It hit number 3 on the UK chart. She's big in Europe and UK. Caught the ear of Elton John and Burt Bacharach, and they were praising her. And one critic compared Seasons of My Soul to Dusty Springfield's album Dusty in Memphis. Uh, if you're into NORAH Jones, you might like Rumer because I guess you would use that term, soft rock, kind of blue-eyed, touch of blue-eyed soul. She's very impressive. And she has on the first album a song called Aretha about how she got through going to school by listening to Aretha Franklin's music on her headset on the way to school. It's a stirring artistic statement. And in 2012, she came out with the album Boys Don't Cry. It hit again the top of the charts in the UK. And it's very interesting and enjoyable. This covers songs of the 70s. It's a covers album, but she picks a lot of songs that no one else has covered. And also, they were all originally done by men. She covers Jimmy Webb songs and P.F. Sloan, and actually does a tribute that Jimmy Webb wrote called P.F. Sloan. Once again, her style rises, and she does an amazing version of Isaac Hayes' Soulville, Todd Rundgren's Be Nice to Yourself, Townes Van Zandt, Flying Shoes, Neil Young's A Man Needs a Maid. And in 2014, she came out with another album of original songs, Into Color. She had a miscarriage just before the album, and she has a song dealing with that actually called Butterfly, a beautiful number, and a kind of a dance beat song, but it's about mental illness called Dangerous. Once again, the album is touching, and it's exquisite voice. Her exquisite voice just carries this album softly. Her voice goes across the airwaves, and it sounds like she was born out of another era. And then she comes out with another covers album. It's called B-Sides. There's some original stuff and covers. It's 60s and 70s. She does another unhurried, deeply felt covers, like Here Comes the Sun. Everyone's done, a lot of people have done that song. She just handles it beautifully with warmth and a great touch. And she does some other soft rock tunes written by Stephen Bishop. And she brings the sound and makes it modern. Other people she covers on the album is Carly Simon, Elton John, and Van Morrison. And she finds a home for herself in these songs and carries the album home. Then in 2014, into Color. It's more original songs, personal again, full of emotion. In 2020, she comes out with an album of a songwriter, a Nashville songwriter. And she, in an interview, she said she's been listening to his songs. His name is Hugh Presword, and he wrote all the songs for this album. She said she's been, when she works around the house, she's had the headphones on or the music playing, and it was his music. She decided to cut a whole album of his songs in 2020 called Nashville Tears. And her vocals are charming, and the songs are full of surprises. There's some country rock, some California folk rock feel to it. She brings her vocals up to her high standards and makes the songs heartfelt. And it's Americana, like I said, country rock. Her skills as an interpreter of his songs are just terrific. There's a beautiful song called Fate of the Fireflies, Oklahoma Stray. It's an authentic guitar backing her up on it. Bristol Cone Pines is another beautiful song. It's just an album to be listened to over and over, a tapestry of country rock that puts her in a new field altogether and adds a beautiful, brilliant part to her career.
I see you have concluded, Fred. We lost Jim for a moment, but he's coming back.
Yeah, there's something weird about my connection. I don't get it. It looks like I'm getting all 4 bars here, but it just cut out unexpectedly. Don't know why.
Okay, I'm just going to recoup then. This has been episode 180 of Fine Music, and Fred has given us yet another gem, Rumer. No, spell it right, people, Rumer. And if you like NORAH Jones, right, you might like Rumer. And really interesting catalog of songs, soft rock songs and country songs.
Yeah.
Worth investigating.
She has a great connect. The other day I was listening to some Sandy Shaw from the 60s, a British artist, and she has a same type of music.
Sandy Shore.
the soft rock stuff.
Okay.
Of that era, Sandy Shore and Celia Black, all those pop singers from Britain during the British invasion.
Before my connection cut out, I heard you talk about the covers she did on Into Color. And no, not Into Color, on B-sides, I think, the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Which Van Morrison song did she cover? Just curious.
Gosh, I'd have to look. I forget again which
I'm
one.
gonna look her up. I'm gonna look her up. That sounds interesting. That she would do that much
it's
after
either on the B-sides or the other one, Boys Don't Cry. I forget which album that is. It's probably on the B-sides, the Van Morrison song.
I think that's what you said. That's what I remember from. Yeah.
It's called B-sides and Rarities.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, she hasn't really broke big into the States. I mean, the critics are giving her pretty good reviews, but I don't think the buying public's really caught on to her in the States.
Hence
There was a
fine
guy
music.
Down... Oh, you're still recording.
Yeah, I'm still recording. Hence fine music. Well, he keeps
Okay.
adding stuff. But we'll cut it right here. Okay, then you can speak freely.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to 180, everybody. Stay tuned for 181. Okay.